So my name is Lynn Mellor. I am a principal researcher at American Institutes for Research, and I attended the UT Austin Graduate School in Educational Psychology. At the time, it was quantitative methods and statistics. I think the department has rearranged since then, but that's the area. It was the measurement area at the time. That is a difficult question because there's a lot of exciting projects going on right now. I would have to say right now, I'm currently involved in a current project. I've received a Institute for Education Sciences grant to evaluate Texas's new high school graduation requirements. And so in 2015, they made a major shift in their graduation requirements for high school students. And we embarked on a partnership with the Texas Education Agency to evaluate those standards against, what happens to kids after they graduate. And so that's been really exciting because it's been a project around a big educational policy within the state, and a policy that was sort of made without a lot of information and evidence about, why those particular changes needed to occur. And so that's pretty exciting. I think just working at, I'm also just completed a project with the Round Rock Independent School District. They were also very interested in making some recommendations to their school board about their career and technical education. But they didn't have a lot of information about just what was happening with their career and technical education graduates after they left high school. And so we were able to, put together a project for them that we were able to conduct within the Education Research Center within the UT Austin. It has one of the state's Education Research Center where they connect the K-12 data, the post-secondary data, and workforce data, and you can follow kids all the way into those various areas. And so we were able to just look at their, Round Rock's last 6 cohorts of career and technical education graduates and look to see, were they enrolled in education? Were they, employed in some aspect or, and so we sort of were able to compile a lot of information about here's what's happening with your kids. And we found, like over 80% of their students have been either enrolled or employed. And then we also looked at their career and technical education programs of study that they have like 33 programs, and we compared them to just the labor market within Central Texas to say, here are the high wage in demand programs, here are the programs of study that you have, and this is what the alignment of those two look like. So they're able to make some recommendations about maybe there are some programs we need to get rid of or other programs we should implement because they do offer jobs for our students within Central Texas. So that's been really exciting. It's just, being able to provide information to policymakers or to educators that sort of help them move their work forward is always an exciting project for me. And so those are two that are one that we just completed, which I'm really excited about. And then one, we're in our 4th year of a 5-year grant. And so we're starting to be able to follow some of these the graduates into post-secondary and see what happens to them. So. We do like to see, especially in the education field, we do look at some of the skills, just the individual skills that students gain from graduate school, but we also really want to know that they have some experience within the education field, or at least knowledge of the education field. Like they know what that landscape looks like. They know what the top 3, big issues are in education right now. They know where the gaps are still. It's really hard for us to just, we have a lot of people who have user experience analytic type background or market research, which really doesn't translate. It's really hard to get into our field without having some background in education. And so the more that, graduate students can, just find a place, even, internships, like AIR has internships every summer too, just to get into one of those organizations and kind of see some of the projects that they're working on, even if you become familiar with projects that professors are working on. That's always helpful, because it is, we sort of go past beyond just what skills they've sort of gained in graduate school, and look to see that they've kind of gotten a foot into the education door somewhere. I would say probably my biggest word of wisdom for graduate students is, don't be afraid to, jump in and do any task. I feel like sometimes we get, applicants who feel like they just got their PhD and they really should be at this particular level. But, even data entry, like doing anything that's sort of part of the research process, you gained so much knowledge from that experience, that I feel like everybody should do, all of the pieces of, what it takes to conduct research, even the grunt work. And then we throw some of our new graduate students into work that maybe is at a sort of a stretch goal for them. But I feel like if they're willing and, willing to step in and do anything, that's always a good thing. And I think I encourage them to, don't be afraid to take on any task, no matter how menial it sounds, because it always contributes to the work. It always contributes to the team. And, nobody forgets, just what you've been willing to do to sort of, help the team complete a project. And so that would be my biggest recommendation.